Hey everybody, it's Joey, Valley TCG. Happy Thanksgiving! So before I go into kind of my usual spiel, I do just want to say thank you to everybody who's watched this whole year, who's been, commenting and subscribing. I do appreciate each and every one of you guys who've been along with me through the ride. I know, like, some of my content release has been a little bit more sparse or sporadic, a little bit more random. So I have, if you've watched this whole time, I've had a lot going on this year. A lot of good things, a lot of, fun challenges that I've been able to overcome. And, it's just been a lot of, uh, a lot of growth in my personal life this year and professional life as well. So just kind of want to give thanks to all of you guys that have been along with me for the ride and you know uh, left comments of support. I do appreciate all of that. Um, I truly do. So today for my video, I wanted to just talk about cards that I've been um, taking out of my collection and selling, or cards I've noticed starting to jump in price. I might make this more of a weekly or bi-weekly video. I do think that there's, still some cost left in this hobby, right? Despite all of the reprints, we've seen a lot of card prices still remain relatively expensive, and I think, or have gone up in price as the rotation from set to set has gone on. So I just want to highlight some of those cards today. If you guys have a lot of these cards in your inventory, in your bulk, definitely take them out and think about, selling those to raise some funds for the next set, however you want to play this, right? Before I do that, two things. Uh, Please like, comment, subscribe. Do appreciate everyone's support, as I said earlier. And then I do want to announce the winner for my giveaway. And the winner is Albert Guo. Thank you for your comment on the subscriber giveaway video, or 300 subscriber giveaway video. And then thank you as well for some of your comments throughout the other videos as well. I do appreciate like your thoughts. So congratulations on winning. I will leave a comment underneath your comment in the 300 subscriber video. And then also, please send me an email as well, valuetcg4@gmail.com. And then we will make sure that we get you your lovely prize. So congratulations. Going back to the topic at hand for the video. So I think Sabo, you guys probably already know this has been an expensive card. Prices have fluctuated quite a lot. So earlier this year, this is a $4 or $5 card. Pretty usable, right? It has blocker and then it has a KO effect. But I mean, there was craziness in the middle of this year when I believe this is OP07 coming out, where prices just really skyrocketed. Or before '08, between '07 and '08. And then so far it's leveled off to about $27, and there's still not that many copies available. So I do think that there's still, I mean, this could go up in price, or this could get reprinted in PRB 02, and they probably should reprint this card in PRB 02. Now that said, for now, I do think selling this card makes sense. And raising some funds, especially if you're not looking to play Black Yellow Luffy or any of the other black decks, Blackbeard, for example, or Lucci. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is just anything in EB01 Memorial Collection they didn't really reprint any of these cards in other collections. So like there's so much value just in the SR slot, right? Whether it's Laboon or Brook, Cavendish, um, Shirahoshi, Chopper, and so I've kind of listed a couple of them here, right? Like $18 for Laboon, that's crazy. Brook, $27. Like what? I mean, it went up to $35. That's nuts, right? And then Cavendish, Shirahoshi, I've talked about her. So definitely take these guys. I mean, Shirahoshi is a new jumper here, right? Like it was $2, $3. Now it's closer to 8 or 9. So definitely take those out and make sure you're able to sell that. And then so black is going to be a new rotation, still dominant in the new rotation of OP09. Surprise, surprise. I'm surprised. I'm personally maybe a little bit surprised that that Bandai, they've been pretty good about trying to support other colors. And I think every time a set comes out, there's always just a lot of hope that, oh, maybe Bandai in this new set is going to support another color outside of black. And that doesn't happen, right? That doesn't happen. Didn't happen in I mean, it was a problem starting in 05. With Gecko Moria and Lucci and Rebecca being released. And every single set, 06, 07, 08, now 09, every single set, Rebecca remains the dominant, or Rebecca Black remains the dominant color, and Rebecca is a leader in that, in those cards or in those decks. So now, Rebecca, I'm surprised this one's starting to skyrocket as well, right? I mean, look, as recent as 3 months ago, 3 months ago, it was a $2 card, because this is a very plentiful card. If you are, if you've opened 05 at all, like if you open any booster box, you probably got one of these cards. Like between this and Lucci, this is a very easy to find SR. And despite that, prices have started to really move. And I think that's a great, I guess, cadence for people to go or opportunity to sell this card. So definitely take a look at that. 02 Magellan, this one also on the up. Purple Luffy seems to be doing well in the new set. So definitely take a look. If you guys still have a few of these lying around, if you didn't sell it anywhere back here last year, definitely take this out and see if you're looking to sell, or maybe you're looking to play purple in the next set. You probably should buy one. Jinbei, this one ever since release has been pretty good, right? It was cheap on release 07, but it's really been on a upwards trajectory since then. Sanji purple again, rotating back, so pretty cheap on release, and now $11 for this SR, so pretty good. And then yellow, I don't know why this one is moving up. Maybe in 010, and I haven't really looked at the releases, but maybe 010. This has been moving up, or Black Yellow Luffy, I guess, does use this as well. But yeah, I mean, prices have gone from $3 to $10, right? So it just looks like a lot of the 07 SRs are starting to move. And, I do dunk on Bandai a lot for their bad business decisions. One thing they are good at is rotating or attempting to rotate decks into a success format, and giving support to yellow, giving support to purple, to where maybe they can fight off black. So anyways, it just looks like that '07 cards are starting to move up as a result of those decisions. So kudos to Bandai for doing that. And then this is also from '07. I guess I should have clicked over first, but '07, this is uh, Monkey D. Dragon, also closer to $10. Look at that acceleration, right? $2 all the way to closer to $10. Um, and then I already had this open, so we already talked about Rebecca and Magellan as well. This one I'm surprised by. Gum Gum Jet Gatling '03 rare. This is not a SR, alternate art, or anything like that. This is a $5 card. That's absolutely crazy. You guys can see it was around, 10 a dollar or $1.10, something like that, in the middle of the year, and it's just been an absolute rock star rocket ship since then. $5 a card. If you, I went through my collection. Apparently, I sold them somewhere back here. That I couldn't find them uh, in my bulk, so I definitely sold them previously. But if you haven't, take those out of your collection. It's time to make some moolah, if you will. And then Ace as well. Ace from '02. So this has always been kind of a more expensive card, but like $3, $4 for an SR, relatively expensive. But you see this huge acceleration within the last few weeks. So definitely take a look at that. And then lastly, I wanted to talk about Premium Booster '01, PRB '01. A lot of these cards are starting to move. I mean, obviously the manga arts are pretty good, pretty expensive, right? If you were to open uh, these one of these, I guess, God packs, it looks like if you add all this up together, you're looking at, $2,000-3,000, which is huge, huge amount of value. If you guys are able to do that, um, you know, more power to y'all, and good luck on being able to do that. I wish I could do that. Anyways, maybe in the next opening, I might open up one of my other PRB '01 boxes to see if we get a chance, a little bit of momentum. Anyways, but I wanted to talk about the gold cards. The gold cards have started to move up. I think in the last video, I did talk about buyouts happening in here, and that's continuing. It seems like PRB '01 supply has been pretty restricted. Um, So it is a premium booster. The name doesn't lie, and as a result, a lot of these gold cards, which there are what, two in a case, so these prices have moved up a lot. I mean, when we were looking at this in my earlier video of my opening, and then also just kind of talking about the set, this went from these prices that you see in front of you went from like $50, $60 a card to now on average 100. Zorodon is 174, $175. That is huge. That is huge acceleration. Obviously, you do still have some of the cheaper ones for $70, $80, but on average, you're looking at about $100, and that's amazing. So it's partially restricted supply, and then partial. I guess yeah, you do have some of the cheaper ones as well, but partially restricted supply and partially. And these are very very rare things to happenstance upon, right? There's only 10 booster boxes in a case, and a case is $1,500 right now. You only get two of them, so. Also, a heads up, I mean, you guys can see listings versus market price. It's a little bit different, right? You do have some of these fake listings, but um, some of these random cards, alternate arts, full arts, are all all on average $30, $40. There's decent number of those available. So if you're opening up these sets or PRB01, you're hitting these alt arts or full arts. I mean, it's not too shabby. You're definitely making a decent amount of your money back here. So that's one thing I want to talk about just on PRB01. It does seem to be a very welcome set. And guys, I think we are in a One Piece recession. You know, maybe just taking a step back here. I might have talked about this earlier, but I do believe that the collector base for One Piece and Pokemon, if you are to draw a Venn diagram and you look at the collector base of both, I would say the Venn diagram looks more like a perfect circle because it's the same folks, right? And that's why last year, especially with kind of the hype and the restricted supply of One Piece during the holidays, I mean, some of the prices were absolutely crazy, right? OP01 on average was selling around $400 or $500. You know, every single set was hitting $300. That's not a healthy scenario. So I'm very glad that we've kind of normalized from that craziness. But at the same time, now with Pokemon finally coming back, and you know, I actually should just say first that Pokemon at that time was not doing very well. Scarlet Violet sets were just totally, people did not like them. The alternate arts were too easy to hit. It was just harder to get people to really get excited about those sets. People didn't really resonate with the new Pokemon, and I think that's still the case. But now that we have all these crazy sets coming out from Pokemon, a lot of the collector base from One Piece did leave to go back to Pokemon, and we do have a healthier market in One Piece. And as a result, you do see prices coming back down. Now, despite that, we are starting to still see really a healthy group of collectors, players left. And that's a really good sign for the longevity of the game for One Piece. And then also, you see some of these cards, these chase cards around $170. That's really, really, really good. And so yeah, that's what I want to say there. Just that, I was kind of thinking that maybe prices will accelerate more during this Christmas period. It hasn't happened just yet, but it's still, we are starting to see some of the healthiness of the market shine through. And that is a good thing. Obviously, with crypto on the rise, a lot of people are using crypto to buy cards. So far, they're just doing that with Magic the Gathering and Pokemon. Kind of weird. But they might also do that here with One Piece. Anyways, lastly, just want to quickly talk about the meta. We're looking at these decks that are doing well right now. This is hard to read. I'm just going to zoom in a lot here just to show you guys. So in the US, we have Boa doing well. Blue decks are doing really, really well right now. Black, yellow, very dominant still. Just like playing against black, yellow is just, it feels like you're being choked out, right? Like it's really, really hard to win against black, yellow. And then do things change in the next set? The answer is not particularly, right? Black, yellow still winning. You do have purple coming in. You have Smoker from OP02 coming in. Blue does seem to be still very dominant, but maybe not as good as the prior set. But black, yellow still there. Black still very good. And then you have the introduction of Blackbeard, which if we look at the cards in this set, what they're using, this might be potentially the cheapest competitive deck for you guys to build, because the only thing that's really, really expensive in here is Laboon. Laboon at $18. And if they reprint Laboon, which I think they probably will in one of the next sets, like this deck is going to be like $25 to put together, right? I don't know what Teach is going to be, but I'd imagine an '09 is going to be pretty easy to pull, like $3-4 on release, I'd imagine, maybe 10 at most. So still very, very, very affordable. Everything else in here is just like '09 bulk. So, and people are going to be ripping '09 just to chase the manga arts. So especially the gold manga art that we have in that set. So just wanted to probably end there and end there on a note of, if you guys are looking for affordable options to play, there's a lot of possibilities for you out there. So anyways, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Um, you know, I do hope that you guys eat a lot of really good food today, and just this weekend if you're not able to celebrate today. Um, if you are not living in the U.S., would have to say this is probably the best holiday in the U.S. So y'all are kind of missing out. Although I would say the food traditions in most countries I've been to, I've traveled to closer to 40, 50 countries at this point. I think everyone has like a nice food oriented uh, traditional holidays. So we're probably also missing out here in the U.S. from some of the other awesome holidays that happen around the world. Anyways, happy Thanksgiving. I will talk to you guys soon. Like, comment, subscribe. See y'all later.